Do you ever get tired of solving everyone's problems for them? Do you ever get bored of watching fake ghost clips and saying, it's fake? I mean, how many times do you have to watch clips of chairs moving by themselves, tables moving by themselves, before you just say it's fishing line again to the point of exhaustion? That's why in this video, I'm going to have fun instead. In the last ghost debunking video, I claimed that I would simply believe all the clips, and that didn't last very long. I broke immediately. But you know, you try to debunk these clips, and then you get these people that are like, yeah, they're obviously fake, but I just watch them for entertainment. They're so much fun to watch. I want to experience that fun. I wonder what it's like to watch these fake ghost clips and have fun doing so. So for this video, I'm not gonna go out of my way to debunk the clips. If I happen to spot something, of course I'll share it. But instead, maybe I'll finally see the appeal of watching paranormal clips for entertainment purposes only. Now the question is, am I gonna be able to help myself? Am I gonna be able to stop myself from pausing the clip and being like, that's not right? Only time will tell, will tell, will tell. All right, let's get started.
In the following video, two sisters are alone at home, hiding inside a room when their house alarm starts to go off.
I'm recording.
They're already hiding inside the room when the alarm goes off? Okay, sure. I'm just gonna believe it.
Someone had entered their home. Their security camera shows the front door open, suggesting that someone did in fact break inside. But what's strange about this is that when they replay the moment the door opens, no one is seen.
Wait, okay. What is this alien device here? What is this thing?
It just seemingly opens up.
Wait, is it like a humidifier? There's definite moisture being ejected from it there.
But as if the situation couldn't escalate anymore, this happens.
Oh, what is it?
Exits through window. Whoa, hey, move out of the way. I need to see those guitars. Oh, nice. Excuse me, are those Squire or Les Paul? It's a very important distinction. Need to find out what brand they are. Fender? We need to find out what the brand names of those guitars are. You just left your phone? Okay, the door's open. I'm ready to be entertained.
Clear.
Wait, what kind of camera is this? Okay, there's like whirring sounds, so I guess this is automatic, but it didn't look like an automatic motion before. Okay, spooky Roomba. Okay, I don't know what this camera is, but I gotta say, oh, whoa, did you see that? There was a reflection of someone scampering in the background. You know, I gotta say, the default camera angle for this thing, where it just shows 90% kitchen counter, I just can't see how that's an effective camera angle. You don't got a tripod for this thing? Oh, wait when I was about to yawn. I wasn't getting bored. Do you see the thing in the background? Well, what's the point of that? Why would you ever need to see the ceiling? Oh. Yeah? What are we looking for right now? Don't you go back up. Oh no. Stop going up, there's nothing for you up there. Do you think the guy's crawling on the ceiling or what? We're gonna see him. Y'all are driving me crazy. Stop it. Stop. Can you just hold an angle, please? The only time that we've ever seen this thing is when it's in the reflection of the microwave, by the way, which I guess is why It's taking this extremely odd camera angle. The kitchen counter security camera is positioned as such to make sure that no suspicious people attempt to microwave something without the homeowner's knowledge. I gotta say though, wouldn't the microwave door hit the security camera? We're really close to it. I don't know. This camera's just cracking me up.
Both sisters initially thought a person had broken in, but upon watching the footage and seeing the small, shadowy figure dashing past the camera, they knew that this was something else. Whatever this was doesn't appear to have any discernible features, and it doesn't help that it moves exceedingly fast before disappearing out of nowhere.
The fact that it just moved so quickly,
Yeah.
but then like the motion capture camera didn't see that shape. And like when it was tracked.
Even the camera seems to have trouble identifying the figure.
That's what the camera looks like? It's like a little Wall-E right there.
There's moments when it passes by and no visual tracker appears around it. But then strangely, at times, the green box appears in a dark room as though something was being detected.
I've seen that time and time again with this motion capture footage. It'll show like, oh, there might be motion over there in the darkness. I'd say it's an artifacting issue, but sorry, I'm like debunking. I need to just...
After watching the footage, it's hard to say what exactly occurred. Just what exactly was the camera picking up that night? As always, let me know your thoughts on this one.
Wait. Okay, I didn't notice this before. What's with the arrow on the dishwasher? Did something happen? Okay, so this is the original clip. Yeah, it falsely detects motion over by the dishwasher. Why was there an arrow over there later? You know, I think the most disturbing part of this apparition for me is that they're aware of camera blind spots. They waited until the camera turned all the way around and faced the microwave before they moved in the background. I mean, that is some Ocean's 11 level spy shit going on there. Okay, so as far as rating the entertainment value of this ghost clip, I gotta say, I am docking major points for only seeing the apparition in the reflection of the microwave. Come on. There could have been another sighting, just at least one more sighting that wasn't in the same place. Second, I gotta dock a lot of points for the camera repeatedly going up and down and up and down and up and down, and we didn't even see anything in that footage. I'm also docking points for teasing us with that wall of guitars, but not offering any close-ups. That was just very mean. I also have to dock points for the pacing of the video. You know, they had me right where they wanted me with this incredible escape through the window right here. I mean, this is high stakes, high action stuff, and then they're just like, go ahead, Queen, give us nothing. Overall, I'm sorry, ladies, but I gotta give this one a weak 5 out of 10. Next clip.
Now this next video was submitted to me by Sam J, who's part of the yearbook team at her high school. One afternoon, while a group of senior students were rehearsing for a graduate ceremony that took place last spring, a camera inside the auditorium recorded something that left all students, including staff, terrified.
Really?
And we'll move you off to the side before you
The door opened.
other stuff starts. That was odd.
Oh, the light
Air
turned off.
pressure, or was that a friendly ghost, Mr. Baker?
Was that air pressure or a friendly ghost?
Thank
He
you, sir.
asks.
And then, let's see, then we'll talk about STEM.
The principal carries on, paying little attention to what just happened. As he claims, this could have been due to wind pressure. But despite thinking this, it would
Wind
be what
pressure.
happens next that completely changes his mind.
Otherwise known as air pressure.
This is captured.
The programs and how we're trying to grow those, and also maybe a little bit about growing the sports programs as well. And then we'll talk about your individual achievements and how you guys have really taken leadership. Everybody should give us their science.
It happened again.
There it goes again.
Yeah. It's one of those where like
We must have an open door somewhere else in the building, blowing that open.
Okay, so far, the same door has opened twice, and a light has turned on and off. They're building up for a third act that's gonna blow our minds, and I'm excited to see what it is. Will the door open for a third time? Let's find out.
John Anderson, do the thing, walk over, and then Cal Connors, thing, over.
Whoa, did you see that? Did you hear that? They went from John Anderson to Cal Connors in one person. This is a very small school.
Then,
Bro, how do you not know their names? This looks to be a graduating class of 8, and you don't have their names memorized? We're looking at a high school of 32 students.
that's the right order. So Michael Thompson comes over.
Michael Thompson?
Right.
You go from Anderson to Connors to Thompson? So there's no one between letters D and S?
We've got Emily Rodriguez.
Emily Rodriguez. Okay, now you lost me. So we went from A to C to T to R, which spells out the word actor. Sort of.
Same thing. And,
Oh, there it is. Act 3. What happened? Hello?
we flew away, did we?
It's at this point that the notion of this being just a wind stops making sense. A cap on one of the students flies off their head.
Whoa.
Almost as if someone knocked it off, the hat zips across in a swift and sudden motion before landing close to the exit. The same exit, where no one was seen opening the door.
Uh-huh.
Even the principal, who initially thought it was nothing, couldn't make sense of this. According to Sam J., the yearbook member who sent me this clip, he was just as baffled as everyone else.
Baffled.
Now, after this happened, they proceeded to finish up the rehearsal before leaving an hour later. The next day,
An
Sam
hour
takes a video of the
later?
exit door.
What were y'all doing for an hour after you're finished with the rehearsal? There's 8 students. What could you possibly have to talk about for an hour? I say this, by the way, with some amount of expertise. I graduated from high school in a graduating class of 13, okay? So I'm a little bit familiar with how the small school graduation ceremony goes. What were they talking about for an hour?
The next day, Sam takes a video of the exit door and shows that they're not automatic.
Not
If
the
they were,
follow-up
then
video.
This definitely would have explained the doors opening, but given that they're not, and
I'm docking
considering the
points
cap
for that.
incident, perhaps what occurred here was caused by something unexplainable. If true, then students might not be as sad to leave the school on graduation day, given that it might be haunted. Now that's creepy.
Okay, I know I'm just supposed to be having fun and not thinking about it and turning my brain off, but this just comes across like a senior prank to me. I don't know how common this is, but the senior class, especially at small schools, likes to come up with a senior prank to do, and I wouldn't be shocked if this was their idea of pranking their principal. With that said, the whole story arc of this clip is just that a ghost stopped by and wanted this guy's graduation hat. I guess you could come up with a storyline like this is a ghost of a former student and they died before they graduated and they want nothing more than to finally walk the stage. But to do that, they'll need this guy's hat. As far as evaluating the entertainment value of this clip, I gotta say, you know, the horrible audio and video quality don't do it any favors. It kind of comes across more like a prank than anything else, and the character arc of the ghost is pretty weak. What, they want a hat? Okay. They could have at least pulled out historical records of like a student that had died 20 years ago just before graduation and never got to walk the stage, but we don't even get any tragic backstory. It may as well just be a poltergeist. Add in the fact that the last names of the graduates spell out actor, which seems like it could be an Easter egg to me. I think overall, the believability of this clip is pretty low, and as such, I'm feeling a strong 3. Next clip. Ghosts. Possibly my least favorite word that starts with G. Well, besides gastroenteritis. You know what G words I really prefer? Gas, groceries, going out to eat. And that's because every single time I do those things, I get cash back with the Upside app. That wasn't just a random story. Today's video is sponsored by Upside. Upside is a free app that gets you cash back on gas, groceries, and dining. Here's how it works. Open the app, claim an offer, make the purchase you were going to make anyway, and get cash back. That's it. I do mean cash back, by the way. Not points, not credits. I mean money that you can transfer to your bank from the app. There's over 100,000 participating locations, and you can stack Upside with your existing credit card and loyalty rewards, so you can earn cash back on top of your cash back. For me, checking Upside has become pretty much automatic when I go grocery shopping. Before I leave, I open up the app and claim the offer, and then after I shop, I verify my purchase. It's just a couple of taps, and it's become an easy habit. Upside has given back $1 billion to its users. To find out how much you could earn, download the free Upside app and use promo code WOLF to get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. That's an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas using promo code WOLF. Big thanks to Upside for sponsoring this video. Now it's time to get back to the non-stop fun of watching ghost videos.
This next video was sent in by a Nuke's Top 5 viewer, but unfortunately it was posted to the internet without a source. So the story goes that a woman claimed to have a doll that was haunted, and she said that she would often catch it moving all on its own.
Ooh.
After being asked repeatedly by viewers, she decided to point a camera at the doll and live stream the entire thing.
Hold on. Okay, no. I gotta watch it as entertainment. I'm sorry, but I just have to wonder how credible this idea of it being posted without a source is when he goes on to say that the poster was being asked by viewers to live stream footage of the doll. So this person has an audience? They're an influencer, but no source. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm down here, it's to give enough room for Nuke's Top 5 watermark to breathe up there. You know, don't want to cramp its style, don't want to obstruct your view of the grand watermark. It gets bigger every time I see it.
Watch closely.
Okay. Wow, red means scary. This is the environment? I guess it's, you know, theatrical lighting. You were telling me to watch closely for that, Nuke? It sounds like unmissable. I have to say though, it wasn't the doll moving, so I'm still waiting. I want to see this. Oh, I'm so sorry, Nuke. I'll go down here where I belong. All right. See if you can catch the movement. Very subtle. Look at all these skeptics in the chat. There's a lot of people here. There's no source for this. Okay, well, I mean, that's a lot of movement there. Haunted floor lamp? Wow, the comedic timing on that heart.
Now, the doll doesn't actually move, but the items surrounding it in the storage closet fly violently across the room.
Yeah.
And even on top of the doll.
Oh no.
Viewers have speculated that because the doll was buried in the debris, that the woman's doll isn't even actually haunted.
Okay.
But perhaps her house is.
Dude, that shelf back there was chucked. I love that the ghost is so aware of where the camera is and the angle at which it's pointed that it was like, this shelf is gonna show up really good in the shot. I'm gonna throw the shelf directly at the camera.
However, others claim that the supernatural activity is centered around the doll. And some even claim that they saw the doll move in the video before everything came crashing down.
Oh, Cope, please. They're so like a horror movie ensconced that they just can't imagine a scenario where the doll wouldn't be haunted. Everything around the doll is just going ape shit, and they're just like, I still think it's the doll that's haunted.
But without a source, we'll never know.
Without a source?
What do you think?
This was posted by an influencer, though. Look at all these viewers.
She decided to point a camera at the doll and live stream the entire thing.
Again, posted without a source, but asked incessantly by viewers about a doll that they haven't seen, but have heard stories about, to see it on a live stream. And if you looked at the live stream chat, I mean, that thing was rocking and rolling. There were tons of people in there watching what I can only assume to that point was a really boring video of nothing happening. And as soon as something happened, I mean, there were dozens of people chatting instantly. So there was a large audience there, but no source. What do I think? Well, I was promised a moving haunted doll, and I didn't get that. So I gotta say, I'm feeling a light to decent 2 on this one. Thanks for playing. Next.
A guy named Kyle Anthony says that lately he has been hearing strange sounds around his house. Oddly enough, he says that the sounds are coming from beneath his house, in the house's crawl space.
There's an animal in there. That's an animal. Yep.
He sets up a camera down there to see what's going on. What he captures makes his blood run cold.
I just saw the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Watch this.
Can't wait to see the animal. The possum, the raccoon, the squirrel. My parents' house had a crawl
Kyle's
space.
camera captures what looks like a person or something hiding in the tiny crawl space underneath his house. Thinking it might be some strange person actually living underneath his home, he goes into his house's crawl space to
Why'd you
check
go
it
there
out.
at night? Why would you inspect the crawl
can't
space at 3? You expect the crawl space at 3 a.m.? I'm docking points from this one because it's making me mad. I can't have fun watching. I've reached the conclusion I can't have fun watching these. I get too.
I don't know what I saw.
I get too frustrated.
I'm not seeing anything. I don't know what this tarp is. Whether or not there's anything underneath it.
Isn't this your
I don't
house?
see anything. I don't
Sorry.
see any signs of life. I don't see any signs of afterlife. I'm gonna get the heck out of here.
Kyle investigates and even crawls his way into the space underneath his house. But there's just no one there.
Yeah, well, there's like barely any room down there. My parents' crawl space went under the entire house, and things would just kind of crawl under there and die all the time. And they had to go down there and get it. My dad would have to go down there and have to clean it out. So, you know, it's not unusual for animals to be down there. They're looking for a place to hide, keep warm, just hang out. My favorite thing about this creature, extraterrestrial, you know, humanoid, cryptid, whatever it is, it knows exactly where to stop to stay obscured in darkness so that the camera can't capture it fully. Okay, I'm sorry, not to get too like into debunking mode, but this is the kind of vibration that could happen if the crawl space is directly underneath the laundry room, for example. Those dryers can go ham. You know, what's odd about this is that this is where he sets the camera up, right? And you can see the really prominent white PVC pipe there. But then in the footage, well, where is it? Oh, there's like a light bulb right there. Why don't you have a light bulb on? Is this even the same? Why does it look so different? Okay, you know what? Kind of a cool clip. I'm gonna go ahead and get to my rating. I'm feeling a light 7 on this one. I like the idea. It's got just enough creep factor to it. I do dock points though for the guy deciding to investigate at night, and then he's so desperate to find out what's going on, but he doesn't actually spend that much time in the tiny crawl space. He doesn't go all the way down the hallway where the thing was. I'm just saying that I would have appreciated a little bit more investigation, a little bit more determination to figure out what's going on, rather than just like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna get out of here now. All right, next clip.
Shadow in the Snapshot. A young woman named Keeney says that while on a trip to Mexico, she took a photo of her 3 friends with a disposable camera. When she had her photos developed, she was shocked to see a mysterious extra person in the background.
Ooh. You mean the person taking the picture?
Now, at first, many
No,
people who saw
don't
Keeney's
debunk it.
photos said that the dark figure in the background was simply a shadow from one of the girls, or possibly Keeney's own reflection as she took the picture. But then people began to brighten the image a bit and saw this. The extra figure in the photo seems to have a ghastly face.
That's like a meme face. Oh, that's like, what's that dog? What's that old dog meme? Yeah, it's like smile dog. Look at that. That's what she's like. Look at that. It's smile dog, dude. Oh, you guys are creating a classic horror meme. Okay, so I'm trying to have fun, trust me, but I just can't help but feel like this reflection here is just the back of her head. It looks to be about the same shape. They have similar hair. This is the back of her head. Now, I don't know why when they brighten up the image, it looks like Smile Dog. I think it's maybe just a little bit of a light reflection or something like that, but now I'm debunking and I just need to go back to having fun and watching these for pure entertainment. So I'm rating this one decent to strong 3. Next clip.
These next 2 videos were uploaded to TikTok by Little and Large 13. In the first clip, we see a person dressed in a panda costume walk into view of a security camera.
Knows exactly where the camera is.
The person remains motionless for a few seconds before walking out of sight.
Okay.
Some think that this video is probably a hoax, as the person in the costume seems to know exactly where the camera is positioned.
Yes.
However, this next video might prove that this is not the case at all. In this clip, which was captured just 2 days later, we see a woman walking towards the clothesline. She begins to remove and fold a towel when suddenly she looks around as if startled by something. She quickly grabs the second towel and heads inside.
Okay. No! This proves it's not
If you look
staged.
closely, you can see that the panda is actually staring into the yard through the hole in the fence.
See, what they did was they staged a second video. He actually tried to put forth the argument that because there's a second video, much more ridiculous than the first, by the way, having the panda speak through the fence like this. This proves that it's not staged.
So does this TikToker really have a creepy panda stalker? Or is it all just a bit of spooky fun?
It's
Let me know
just
your thoughts on
fun.
this down below.
Oh my gosh. Look at how perfectly they're positioned in relation to the camera both times. Can I just say, even if this was someone who's like skulking around their house, they're severely inhibiting themselves by putting on this ridiculous panda costume. You can't see out of this thing. Imagine trying to run in this getup. It's just not gonna happen. They're barefoot. All you gotta do is like run across a cobblestone road and you're good. They're not gonna follow you across that. Well, you know, I think it's pretty clear what I think about this clip. It is funny, and I want to give it a point for that, but I think that's all I'm gonna be able to give it. So, for those reasons, I'm gonna give it a strong 1. Next clip.
A TikTok account known as The Hall Family 2018 posted a video in June of 2023 showing a moment captured by their home security camera late one night.
You're part of the Wolfpack.
At first, everything looks completely normal. The camera is pointed toward the backyard, showing a quiet garden with nothing unusual happening. But that calm doesn't last for long.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. The backyard entity. You can't be serious. Casper, the friendly ghost looking ass over here. This is the most obvious. Okay, no, okay, stop. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the entertainment from this clip. Don't try to rationalize what you're seeing. See, in order to derive any authentic joy from this experience, I have to watch this and think, wow, it looks so real. I just can't do that. I'm sorry. Look at it. Look at this. Look at it. I'm supposed to look at that and be like, wow, real ghosts caught on tape.
Right here, a strange, ghostly shape can be seen hovering above the garden. The figure appears light in color and almost mist-like as it lingers for a moment, before suddenly vanishing without a trace. To some, this looks like a spirit briefly revealing itself.
To others, it looks like the footage of the spirit is weirdly sharper than the backgrounds that it's appearing in. But we're not going to mention that. We're just going to accept that this is real.
Either way, seeing something silently hover over your garden in the middle of the night is enough to make you start second guessing. Because when something appears and then vanishes without a trace, it leaves behind more questions than answers.
Thank you for... What? Just the way that guy was floating through the backyard. Oh. Where was he going? He was yearning for something. Those are yearning arms, if I've ever seen them. Oh. You know what? Screw it. That's a light to decent 8 in terms of entertainment value. Next clip.
I think it's safe to say most people would assume that retail stores are some of the safest places you can be when it comes to avoiding anything paranormal. However, this video posted to TikTok by a user
avoiding it? Like it's unavoidable? You gotta hide from the paranormal events that are happening constantly around you. The store is the best place to hide out.
In the footage, we follow the uploader as he walks through the store, moving down different aisles while filming. He already seems a bit on edge, but at first it's not entirely clear why. That is, until this happens.
He's already freaked out. By what?
No.
Did
the
you
moving
catch
shopping
it?
cart.
Right
No.
here, if you look closely, what appears to be a creepy face can be seen peeking out from behind the toilet paper rolls.
Okay, that's hang on. A creepy face? That's a stretch. I don't know about you guys.
Visible, as if it's watching him from the shelf.
I do not see a face.
A shopping cart nearby also appears to move on its own, slowly shifting without anyone touching it.
Horrifying.
The uploader then continues exploring the store, and things only get stranger.
Oh no. Is one of the balloons gonna move on its own? Is it gonna move like an inch to the left? Are one of the flower seed packets going to spontaneously open? What's gonna happen to our poor hero here filming?
De nervios reírme por no llorar, ya no sé ni qué hacer.
Oh my god, a moving ball.
Out of nowhere, a ball suddenly begins rolling across the floor by itself.
No, it didn't.
Moving with no visible cause. Moments like this are often linked to poltergeist activity.
I was about to point out, in an incredibly fun, ruining way, that we can't see what's on the other side of this next to the ball. We can't see whether or not it's being kicked by someone who doesn't appear, but I'm gonna choose not to say that.
At the same time, there's the chance that this was staged. The face could have been someone hiding behind the shelves, while the cart and ball may have been moved intentionally from out of frame.
A small chance.
But once you start noticing everything happening back to back, it becomes harder to brush it off as coincidence.
The infinitesimal chance that it was staged. Well, that's it. Okay. I'm trying to have fun. I really am. It's not as easy as I thought to have fun. It's hard. Very hard to have fun when you're watching clips of some guy going like, well, there's like a pink ball moving 6 inches over to the side. But I'm going to return to it. I'm going to give that last clip, by the way, a extremely light 2 out of 10. Next clip.
A man named Eligius purchased a strange second-hand camera from a local market. The camera appeared to have red stains on it, which was one of the reasons it was so cheap, and he decided to buy it and take it home to clean.
Okay, right away. Right away, I have some questions. So they were selling a blood-stained camera, and they didn't even bother to clean the blood off of it? Why would you not clean the red liquid all over the camera? You looked at this and you were like, yep, ready to sell this. Just take a wet wipe. Look at how easily it's coming off.
The reasons it was so cheap.
Look at how easily it's coming off. Just take a wet wipe to this. It takes 2 seconds. Okay.
Estaba bastante adherida para hacer pintura.
It was stuck on enough to make it paint. You were taking that off so easily. Oh, I've had dirty diapers that were harder to clean than that.
As he cleans the red substance, he says that it smelled like rust. But other than that, the camera seems to be in good condition. But as he replaced the batteries and turned it on, things started to get dark, and his dog began to react towards the camera.
A Tuco no le gusta la cámara.
It looks like he likes it.
Tuco, ven.
He's interested in it.
Tuco,
but whatever.
Ven.
Sure, he hates it. He hates the camera.
Una foto, Tuco. No. Mira.
You know, maybe I think you're antagonizing the dog by shoving the camera in its face over and over again and having the flash go off. That's what I think is going on.
Ever since seeing the camera, his dog barked at it continuously. After taking a few photos, he goes to look at the storage space to see where they are, when he realizes there is a memory card stored in it with a few folders on it. So he decides to check them out and sees something horrifying. Watch closely.
No. Okay, I'm watching closely. They always ask so much of you. That is like you gotta peel your eyeballs. Okay.
Son fotos de una familia.
I can see that. Thank you.
Parece que viven en Estados Unidos.
Okay, sure. I don't know how you can tell that, but alright. Okay, I'm gonna need something to happen.
Esta foto me sacó un susto. La siguiente carpeta son las fotos que yo tomé.
Wait, that's it? That's something horrifying? This poor dog. You were just... No wonder the dog didn't like it. Look how many photos you took of it. That flash was going off like crazy.
Todo está muy desordenado.
What? I don't understand.
Es obvio lo que está regado en el suelo.
Okay. Oh. A body? Oh no, we can't see because you blurred the footage.
Realmente no sé qué opinar. Me acabo de enterar de algo muy extraño.
Oh, what is it now?
Mirando la metadata de una de las fotos, me acabo de dar cuenta de que las imágenes fueron tomadas con otro modelo de cámara.
They were... Okay.
Dice que fueron tomadas con una Nikon, pero la cámara que compré es una Kodak.
Okay.
He discovers through the metadata that the photos were originally taken from a Nikon camera, but this camera that he bought was a Kodak, which means these images had already been transferred before, likely to conceal the horrifying events that took place. Maybe his dog could sense the camera was bad news, and that's why it had a negative reaction. Either way, this is why you got to be careful sometimes with secondhand items. But let me know your thoughts on this one.
My thoughts are, I'm confused. What was the scary part? Okay, let me see if I have this straight. So, the story that they're trying to spin here with this 5-minute clip is that the memory card that this guy found in a Kodak camera covered in red paint that smelled like, what was it? Rust? Okay, we get it. Rust, iron, blood. Okay, the red paint is blood. The memory card that was in that camera is from a different camera, a Nikon Coolpix, and it's supposed to depict a murder scene. So you're saying that someone murdered some people and had blood all over their hands, and they took pictures of it with a Nikon camera, and then they took the SD card from the Nikon camera and they put it into a Kodak camera with their bloody hands, and they got their bloody fingerprints all over the Kodak camera, and then they sold the Kodak camera, and this was to cover up their crimes? Huh? Yeah, I love covering up my crimes by not deleting any of the photos that I took, taking photos in the first place, and then taking my bloody hands and getting my bloody fingerprints all over a camera that I'm gonna sell. What is a stupid crime? What a stupid story. I'm sorry, I can't take this seriously. I can't be entertained by this. It's just too stupid.
Maybe his dog could sense the camera was bad news, and that's why it had a negative reaction.
Is this
Either
the
way,
ghost
this is
part
why
of
you
it?
got to be careful sometimes with secondhand items.
Why-
But let me know your thoughts on this one.
Why do I have to be careful with secondhand items? There might be like criminal evidence on them that I can just turn into the police. But you know, I think a better way of covering up this crime would be to not take photos in the first place. And if you did take photos, delete them. I'm giving this one the weakest of 0s out of 10. What a time waster. Okay, you know what? I think that's enough entertainment for the night. I think we started off really strong with watching these paranormal videos or creepy clips or whatever you want to call them. They were fun starting out, and then they just became less fun. I just became more frustrated the more that I watched them, and I couldn't bring up obvious problems. I mean, I guess I could bring up obvious problems. I have free will. I could have done that, but it went against the spirit of the video that I was trying to make. That was really hard. That was like a legitimate challenge to get through that and have a fun time. I'm sorry, guys. I can't just watch these videos and go like, oh, you know, if you know that these clips aren't real and you watch them for entertainment, might I suggest The Sopranos as an alternative? The Wire, Breaking Bad, you know, some of the greatest shows of all time you can watch instead. Or my channel. Okay, well, that wraps up our wonderful time here in the paranormal world, checking in on how things are going. I watched so many clips for this one, and a lot of them I had already seen because these clip channels just kind of repeat after a while. They use the same clips, sometimes months and months and months after I've seen them. So that was an interesting side effect I'm seeing of watching these, even as infrequently as I do them. You know, I don't do these all the time. So what do you think? Do I just not know how to have fun? Am I a stick in the mud? Am I just the world's biggest bump on the log? Or maybe they're just not that entertaining. As always, I'll let you decide. I'll see you in the next video. Think critically.